With Colin Kaepernick once again making the rounds, trying to convince everybody that he wants to come back to the NFL, that he can be a starter again, guys, if he just gets an opportunity. One person who I didn't expect is bashing him, and that's Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith went on a monologue where the first thing he said is that he does think that Colin Kaepernick was blackballed in 2016. He doesn't think it was right. He doesn't think it was fair. But then what he said after that caveat, he unloaded on Colin Kaepernick. Stephen A. Smith calls Kaepernick's latest comeback talks utter nonsense. And we may as well hear it from the man himself.
In 2019, after you filed a lawsuit against the National Football League, after you reached a multi-million-dollar settlement, after you made it clear you don't have any trust for them, and they made it clear they have no trust for you, because of pressure from Jay-Z, who obviously is advising the NFL on social justice issues and things of that nature, along with a multitude of people inside and outside of the media, and you're listening to one of them, because I spoke to many people on behalf of Colin Kaepernick. The NFL said, we're going to conduct a workout.
And we'll pause right there. We remember what happened when he did this. We remember, finally, Colin Kaepernick's going to get a chance to show off for everybody. Colin Kaepernick made it a fucking publicity stunt because Colin Kaepernick didn't want to be back in the NFL. We'll see what Stephen A. has to say.
And Colin Kaepernick refused to show up because of some waiver issue, some liability issue, okay, that everybody can read up about, that I don't have time to get into at this particular moment. At the end of the day, what are you saying, Colin Kaepernick? You didn't trust them? Duh, we know you didn't trust them. They didn't trust you because they felt like, hey, if an individual team, none of whom called you, by the way, if an individual team gave you a workout, that you would sit up there and guess what? If you don't make the team, they were saying, you know what, you might sit up there and accuse us of being racist because they didn't pick you on the team. So as a result, we can't trust you either. Both sides don't trust one another. Who the hell don't know that? And still, you took the position, regardless of Jay-Z's help, regardless of the media's help, regardless of
It's interesting that he's admitting the media helped. He's saying the media helped, that the mainstream media, the woke ESPNs, that he individually spoke out to help Colin Kaepernick. That tells you something, doesn't it?
Public fury against the National Football League, knowing that everybody was going to be all over them, watching them like a fine-tooth comb. You still didn't trust anybody. You wanted to listen to your lady and your Colin Kaepernick crew, and you wanted to debunk everybody else. And here you are having a conversation about football. My brother, you ain't playing 5 years. We don't know what you could do, but we still believe in you. I believe Colin Kaepernick could be on an NFL team right now and help a team, despite being gone for 5 years, because I think he was that gifted. That ain't the point. The point is coaches, players, and executives all answer to owners of those respective football teams, and they don't want to touch you. You knew that. And the one end, you refuse to exploit. I understand your point about not trusting them. Hell, we don't trust them. But we were willing to fight for you. You didn't want to listen to anybody. And now the NFL is saying ratings are up 10% from the year before. Super Bowl ratings were up 6%. We got some of the best numbers since 2015. That's without Colin Kaepernick. Why would we invite this trouble? Who didn't know they were going to do that?
That's actually a really good point. I don't agree with everything Stephen A. Smith is saying here. I really don't, in terms of, the trust, the blah, 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 all that stuff. I don't. But the principle about what he's saying about Colin Kaepernick trying to use all these people, yet not really going all the way, it's because Stephen A. Smith actually believes in his mind that Colin Kaepernick kind of wants to play football. He doesn't. Like, that's where Stephen A. Smith is completely wrong. Colin Kaepernick doesn't actually want to play football. He wants people to think that he wants to play football so that he can be held out, so that he can be a victim. Because Colin Kaepernick could not play in the National Football League right now. Colin Kaepernick, the reason he got benched wasn't because he was kneeling for the national anthem. All that stuff started after he already got benched. He was playing very poorly. He could not adjust to NFL defenses after they adjusted to him. He was going to be an average, mediocre backup quarterback in the league, and he knew that being a victim would make him more money. So it's interesting that Stephen A. Smith came out this hard firing against Colin Kaepernick over his latest, attempts to make another comeback. But let me know what you think. Do you agree with anything Stephen A. Smith is saying? Usually everything that comes out of this man's mouth I think is absolute trash. I thought this part was a little bit interesting. Let me know in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.